Let's be completely honest about something your teachers and your parents will never admit to your face. School is a giant game of Simon Says. The teacher stands at the front of the room, tells you to memorize a specific chapter of a textbook, and you do it. They tell you to sit silently in a hard plastic chair for 6 hours straight, and you do it. If you obey the instructions perfectly, the system hands you a piece of paper with 100% written on it and tells you you're a genius. But it's a lie. Getting a perfect grade doesn't mean you're smart, it just means you are incredibly good at compliance. It means you know how to absorb useless data, vomit it onto an exam sheet, and forget it 48 hours later. I know you're sitting at your desk right now, staring at a mountain of homework, feeling like your heart is going to beat out of your chest because of a final exam. Your entire world is closing in, you got your finals, you got your tests, and your entire friend group is stuck in this loop where the only thing you talk about is, yo, what did you get on the math test? Bro, if I don't get 90%, I'm cooked. You are letting a double-digit percentage determine your entire self-worth, your identity, and your future happiness. And it's tragic, because 5 years from now, absolutely nobody is going to care about that number. Nobody in the real world is going to ask you what you scored on a 10th grade chemistry test. Nobody's going to care if you were the smart kid or the struggling kid. If you're letting these exams destroy your mental health and make you feel like a complete failure, you're falling for the biggest lie in the education system. It's crazy how friend groups change during exam seasons. You see the kids who get 100% walk around like they just won a Nobel Prize thinking they've made it, and you see the kid who got 60% act like their dog just died. But here's the reality. Getting 100% on a test makes you smart for exactly 1 week. After that, it's the same situation. It doesn't actually change who you are, it doesn't make you a better person, and it definitely doesn't guarantee you success in life. I've seen kids who were straight A students in high school reach 22 and have absolutely zero social skills, zero work ethic, and no idea how the real world works because they spent their entire youth chasing a gold star from a teacher. On the flip side, if you failed, it's not the end of the world. Unless you literally need that grade to get into a specific program like medicine or law, that F is just a letter. It's not a reflection of your intelligence, it's a reflection of how well you can memorize a textbook for 45 minutes. Now let's be balanced here. I'm not saying you should just walk into class and flip the table. If your goal is to become a doctor or a scientist or an engineer or a lawyer, yeah, you need that grade. You can't hustle your way to become a heart surgeon, you need a degree for that. But let's talk to the 90% of you. If you're sitting there telling everyone, I'm going to become an entrepreneur, I'm going to make money online, I'm going to become a creator, but you're crying over a history test, why? If your goal has nothing to do with the traditional system, why are you letting the system's metrics define your happiness? If you're doing nothing outside of school to build your own path, then 100% on a test isn't going to save you. And if you're actually working on your own stuff, then a 40% isn't going to stop you. The education system is broken. It's a factory designed to turn bright minds into compliant, high-level employees who wait for permission before they take action. But now, let's turn the mirror around, because here is the brutal truth you do not want to hear. You agree with everything I just said, don't you? You love hearing that school is a scam. You watch those top G edits on your phone, nodding your head while some millionaire tells you that degrees are useless. But you aren't agreeing because you're an ambitious entrepreneur who is too busy building a business empire to care about biology. No. You're agreeing because it gives you a convenient, comfortable excuse to be absolutely lazy. You are using the school as a scam narrative to cope with the fact that you have zero work ethic, zero discipline, and zero drive. You see edits saying school is for losers, so you decide to fail your exams on purpose. You play video games all night, you don't study, you fail, and then you tell your parents, it's fine, Bill Gates dropped out. Bro, Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard. He didn't fail 10th grade English because he was too busy playing Valorant. If you're failing school, and you have nothing else going for you, no businesses, no skills, no gym routine, no discipline, you aren't a rebel, you're just a loser. You're using a YouTube philosophy to hide your own failures. Think about it logically. If you lack the basic stamina to sit down and focus on a boring textbook for 2 hours, how do you expect to have the discipline to run a business for 10 years? How do you expect to build something out of nothing when nobody is holding your hand? Let's look at your daily routine. You come home from school at 3 p.m., claiming you are completely drained from the system. You throw your backpack on the floor, You log onto Discord, you boot up your games, or you lay on your bed and scroll through short-form brain rot until your eyes blur and it's 2 a.m. You spend your time after school just rotting on the couch. You complain that your parents are breathing down your neck about your grades. You think they're obsessed with the letter A, but they aren't mad because they love the school system. They're obsessed because they're scared. They want to know that you have a future. They want to know that you aren't going to be living in their basement when you're 30. If you want your parents to stop breathing down your neck about your exams, you have to give them something else to believe in. If you tell your dad, I failed my math test because school is a scam, he's going to be furious. And he's right to be, because you sound like a lazy kid. But if you can look him in the eye and show him, look, I got 70% on this test because I shifted my energy into learning this specific skill or building this project, and here's the actual progress I've made, he might still be annoyed, but he'll respect the hustle. Respect is earned through results and raw execution, not through edgy excuses. You can't ask for freedom to ignore exams if you haven't proven that you're disciplined enough to master yourself and work on something else. So here's the play moving forward. Stop arguing with the system and stop using it as a shield to justify your laziness. Go to class, show up. Hit the deadlines even when you hate the content, because that builds a backbone. The only thing you should be taking away from school is discipline and social intelligence. School is a social laboratory. It's where you learn how to deal with people you don't like. It's where you learn how to hit a deadline when you really don't want to. But the content of the exam, 99% of it is useless. The process of showing up and getting the job done, that matters. The next time you're sitting at your desk with the test in front of you and your heart is racing and you feel like you're going to throw up, take a deep breath and do the 5-year test. Ask yourself, will I remember the answer to question 14 in 5 years? No. Will anyone ask me about this grade in 5 years? No. Will my life be over if I get a C? Absolutely not. Do your best. Try to pass. Don't be a bum. But once you hand that paper in, let it go. Don't spend the next 3 hours dissecting it with your friends. Don't spend the night crying because you missed one question. The real exams start after school. The real test is what you do with your free time, how you treat your friends, and whether or not you're actually building a life you're proud of. Stop letting a letter on a piece of paper tell you who you are. Go pass your exams, and then go do something that actually matters. Imagine it's 5 years from now. The stress of this week, it's completely gone. You don't remember the teachers you hated. You don't remember the formula for that math problem that kept you up until 2 a.m. The hallways of your school are silent, and you're standing out in the real world. In that moment, nobody's going to hand you a rule book. Nobody's going to tell you exactly what to study and what to do next. The safety net of school is officially gone, and for most people, that's the most terrifying moment of their lives. Why? Because they spent 15 years learning how to be a student, but they never learned how to be a human being. They spent their entire youth waiting for someone else to give them a grade to tell them they were good enough, and when they get into the real world and there are no grades, they freeze. They stop moving. They realize they have no internal compass because they let the school system build it for them. The world doesn't grade you on a curve. The world doesn't care if you tried your best. The world only cares about one single thing, value. What can you actually do? Can you solve problems? Can you lead people? Can you stay disciplined when nobody's watching? Can you build something out of nothing? That is your real report card, and that report card is being written every single day, not just during finals week. If you spend your 20s crying over the fact that you weren't the smart kid in high school, you've already lost. And if you spend your 20s arrogant and lazy because you were the smart kid, you've also lost. The clock is ticking. While you're sitting there stressing over a history test, remember it's not the end of the world.